can smell it. Anybody coming here having used crack, I can smell it. I smell a little crack in you.
Two women arrested, accused of taking a dead man to the bank to withdraw the money out of his account.
It's hard to stun veteran police officers, each with nearly 30 years of experience.
We were initially notified by the local hospital that a man's body had been dropped off, and he wasn't identified at the time, and the two women had dropped him off, and they didn't identify themselves either.
The man is 80-year-old Douglas Lehman, and the two women are Karen Kasbaum and her friend Lorene Ferrallo.
Allegedly that, he passed away a short time before he was transported from the home there at the house. And then from there he was carried out, placed in front seat of the vehicle, and those two ladies then transported him to one of the area banks where there was a withdrawal conducted under his name.
Police say they then took his body to the Ashtabula County Medical Center,
where he was essentially dumped off or dropped off, and then they left there and ran some errands and went back to the house.
Spent 33 years with my mother, which passed away 4 years ago. And then he got with this lady shortly after.
James Hubbard says Douglas Lehman was his stepfather, even though he never married his mother.
I soaked him dry all the time. I've given him money for food. I've been over there to help him get his electric on. I've asked him multiple times if he wanted him out of his house, and he would not let no one do anything.
James says Douglas was afraid of living by himself and of dying alone.
I never expected this, though.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit y'all with another video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all had a very great weekend. My day is going absolutely stupendous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers of the Trey King Show family, and much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Ohio by way of Ashtabula. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Ohio, everybody inside the great city of Ashtabula. Now, if I said your city name wrong, I am very sorry, because that's a hell of a name. And also, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. And you all, also, before I start this story, I had to send a special condolence out to the family of 80-year-old Douglas Lehman, because it's very sad and appalling what these heifers did after Douglas Lehman passed. And it's very troubling, all the steps they took just for $900 damn. Now, you would think that two women who go by the name of Karen Kasbaum, who happened to be a girlfriend of Douglas Lehman. Now, I know you all are looking at this picture of Karen Kasbaum and saying, well, Trey, she looked older than Douglas. Now, remember this. Douglas was 80 years old when he passed. Karen Kasbaum, 63 years old. Now, I know one thing.
I smell a little crack in you. Might have been 30 years ago. The more I look at you, the more you smell like crack.
I know how crackheads look, but we'll get to that in a second. And also, her friend who was staying also at Douglas' house, who happened to be 55-year-old, yes, Lorene Ferrallo. And now the story goes as told by the stepson, as you all heard in the beginning of the video.
Spent 33 years with my mother, which passed away 4 years ago. And then he got with this lady shortly after.
These two had met just a few years ago. Now, you would think that they would have known each other for a long time. But it goes to show you, look here, just because somebody smiles on your face, just because somebody may look a certain way to you, does not mean they have your best interest at heart, like I tell you all in most of these videos. That's why I also say that you have to align yourself with the right people in life. Because guess what? You're young, you will get messed over by people. You're older, guess what? You'll still get messed over. So it don't matter what age you are. The point is, you have to use your spirit of discernment and align yourself with the right people. Now, Douglas Lehman had one wish. Yes, like Ray J, had one wish, and that was not to die alone. Now, I'm sure I'm talking to somebody out there right now who may be sick, or somebody who may be going through some things, somebody who may be owing somebody some money, or somebody who's messing with somebody who's married. But as the saying goes, nobody in their right mind want to die alone. Now, Douglas Lehman's stepson said that was his only wish, that he did not want to die alone. And guess what? In the end, he still died alone. Now, what these two women did, they came home, allegedly, last week and found Mr. Douglas Lehman deceased. Now, instead of them calling the police or calling 911, somebody to come pick up the body, they decided, yes, to play Weekend at Bernie's and also Thelma and Louise. Now, these two heifers got inside their vehicle with Karen Kasbaum driving the vehicle, with Douglas Lehman sitting inside the middle of the vehicle, and also her fall partner meaning her co-partner or whatever, Lauren Farillo, she was on the passenger side. So it makes sense to me why both of them will sit up in the front seat. Because think about this, family. If a person is dead, they got to have some kind of stability. They got to have somebody to hold them up. Because you got to think about this also. It would look very suspicious if Karen Casboom came through the drive-thru with Douglas Lehman in the passenger seat, already deceased, just laid out. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that. That's just the way that it comes out sometimes. So just imagine if you the bank teller and you happen to see Douglas Lehman, no telling how long he was banking with this bank also. Now, the reason why the bank didn't raise any suspicion was because these two heifers got permission from Douglas Lehman in the past to go to the bank and withdraw money. Now, you would think that two women, 55 years old and 63 years old, would have a damn job. And that's why I told you all at the beginning of the story, this whole video reeks of crack. Now, it's not sad if they are crackheads, because who in their right mind will steal from a dead person? And also that dead person happened to let you stay inside their home. And then you also drop this person off at the hospital without notifying any staff or anything like that. And thank God, one of them eventually called the hospital and gave them some details on Douglas Lehman. And that's how the police wound up finding their ass back at where? The house. Now, if that's not enough to make you want to slap somebody, I don't know what is. Not only did they live off this man, using this man.
I soaked him dry all the time. I've given him money for food. I've been over there to help him get his electric on. I've asked him multiple times if he wanted him out of his house, and he would not let no one do anything.
And not only did they steal from the man after he had died or whatnot, and not only did they basically, abuse his corpse, and they did not mutilate it or anything, but the point is the way they took care of the corpse. It's the way they went by their handling of the corpse. They were supposed to call 911. So you can just see that these women pretty much didn't give a damn about this man, and you have people like this in this world. And I hope the police find more charges to charge them on, because they're already charged with abuse of a corpse. Now, the stepson has said he came over there a few times to the home, and guess what? The electricity was off, and also no food was in the house.
I've given him money for food. I've been over there to help him get his electric on.
Now think about this. You two grown-ass women, 55 years old and 63 years old, staying inside this man's home, and neither one of you all work, so that explains why they went to great lengths and also facing jail time. They in jail right now to steal $900. Because guess what? If they ass was working like they're supposed to or retired or whatnot, they would not have to steal from this man. So that's why I say this whole video reeks of crack. And like in the words of Judge Mathis, I know a crackhead when I see one.
The more I look at you, the more you smell like crack.
But anyway, we'll break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion, all of it. Surely, as we go, Ohio women drove dead elderly man's body to the bank to withdraw money, says the police. And not the Trey King show, because one thing about the Trey King show, as you all may know right now, going on 7.5 years, we don't lie on nobody. We don't speculate. We speak the number what? For facts all day, every day. Now think about this. They went to the bank to withdraw some money after already taking them to the bank. Now how you going to take a person to the bank and then after they die, take them to the bank again? I guess they had to get that last one payment out of Mr. Douglas Lehman before he passed. That's a sad damn shame. And I bet Douglas Soul was saying this right here. Damn. You feel me? It's amazing. It's amazing that he did not wake up and kick the hell out of him. That's what I would have done. Anyway, 2 Ohio women are accused of stealing money from their deceased roommate, says the news. Now, the whole title is wrong because they was not roommates. They was living off this man. You get what I'm saying? Now, the news also went a step further and put up an older picture of Lauren Farillo. Like, that was her mugshot. No, that's not Lauren today. This is Lauren Farillo right here today. You feel me? Now, why would the news on one hand say that they were roommates, and then also you show Karen Casboom, old looking face, but at the same time, depends on what news site you go to or whatnot, they have a picture of Lauren Farillo face as if this was her 20 years ago. No, that's not how she looked today. And y'all stop using them old ass pictures on Instagram and on Facebook and having people think y'all still look like that. And y'all know damn well y'all done age, even though they have nothing to do with the story. But let's continue. Now, the story also said that Ashtabula Police Department said that Lauren B. Farillo, 55 years old, looking here a bit, I don't give a damn about living off nobody. And true enough, it wasn't no food in that house, Trey. It wasn't no electricity. And these monkeys were stinking. And I ain't talking about no monkeys in a tree. We talking about that monk K, 65 in the face. And also Karen Casboom, the damn user girlfriend, 63 years old, looking every bit 103 in the damn face. found the body of their roommate, 80-year-old Douglas Lehman, when they came home Monday, says the news. Talking about like they came home. No, they didn't have nowhere else to go. You feel me? It's either go back to Douglas' home or to the damn shelter. Now, I can see the hurt and the pain in the stepson's eyes when he was explaining this situation, because he even offered to kick them heifers out of Douglas Lehman home. But Douglas said no, because he was trying to be nice. And at the same time, love may have had him a little blind. But at the same time also, you know, when people reach a certain age, they were like, well, you know, I'm just trying to look out for my fellow man. I just want somebody to love me in my final days. And I understand and I get that. But at the same time, you got to look at what you're putting yourself in. You feel me? Now, we don't know if these two heifers had anything to do with Douglas Lehman passing. I'm thinking that he died of natural causes or whatnot. So I'm going to ask you all, what do you think he died of? Was it natural causes, or did these two heifers have something to do with this? Is there some foul play involved? Because look at how they done his body. And now let's continue. Instead of calling the police to report Lehman's death, authorities said that the pair allegedly dragged his body to the car and propped it up in the front seat. Then they drove to his bank that was nearby and withdrew, yes, $900 Had Douglas Lehman sitting up in that car like at Weekend at Bernie's or whatnot. And that's why I call these two heifers Thelma and Louise. Because like I stated earlier, number one, who is going to sit up here and do somebody like this who looked out for them also? And also, who in the hell in their right mind is going to have a dead person sitting beside them in the car? And that's why I say it's a lot of crack involved in this video. And I must emphasize this. The news did not say that these two was on crack, but what person in their right mind do this type of stuff? A crackhead does this type of stuff. All for $900. And guess what? The police said they went and ran some errands and came back home. So that right there ought to show you the nerve of these two heifers right there. Because think about this also, family. What person in their right mind does a dead person like this that let them stay in their home when they weren't even working or providing or anything like that? And also, the nerve of them to sit up here, steal from this man, go run some errands. What errands you think they was running? They was out there probably buying some damn dope. That's what I think. And then after they ran their little errands, got their little fix or whatnot, they come back to the house chilling. And that's where the police found their ass at, because one of these women, they did not say which name it was it Karen or Lauren Farello? But one of them called the hospital and gave them details about Douglas Lehman, and that's when the police ultimately tracked it back to their ass. And now let's close up. Now in closing, they say a few hours later, one of the women called the hospital and provided information about Lehman. When the officers went to their home, they admitted to taking his dead body to the bank after taking him to the bank. You get what I'm saying? How many times you gonna take a person to the bank? It's bad enough, number one, that y'all was using this man while he was alive. Because as the stepson said earlier in the video,
I soaked him dry all the time. I've given him money for food. I've been over there to help him get his electric on. I've asked him multiple times if he wanted him out of his house, and he would not let no one do anything.
with no electricity in the house, with no food in the house, he even offered once again to kick these two heifers out. And I can just imagine how bad those cats were stinking inside their home. And I'm not talking about the four-legged kind that walk outside. Also, they say both were taken into custody and charged with gross abuse of a corpse. Officials say that they could face additional charges. So now in closing, let me ask you all this. Do you think these two heifers should face more charges? I think they ought to face AS. Yes, aggravated stupidity. And you know aggravated stupidity carries the death sentence. And no, I'm not saying that they deserve the death penalty, but they definitely need their ass whooped for how they did this, man. But once again, this goes to show you, I always tell you all to align yourself with the right people in life. And just because a person smiles in your face does not mean they have your best interests at heart. Just because a person like my grandmother used to say, show you their teeth, does not mean they like you or whatnot. You have to look a little closer at people also. And think about this once again. What person in their right mind, 55 years old and 63 years old, do this type of mess? Unless they're crackish. You feel me? But anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed in this video, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also, share the video with your family and friends. Till next time, you all stay blessed and keep it real. And guess what? If somebody helped you, do what you can to help that person back. Because it's a shame to sit up here and let it be 80 years old and your only wish was not to die alone, and guess what? You still die alone in the end. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. I'll see y'all soon on next Trey King Show, and guess what? I'm out.